OSU President Michael Drake is stepping down next year, and already tonight, NBC4 has confirmed former Governor John Kasich could be the one to take over that title.
Sources both in and outside the university are telling me there's been talk of the former governor taking over the top spot at OSU for months. Now, neither Kasich's spokesman nor the university will comment on that, but his supporters say he's got a national presence, could be a good fundraiser, and is an experienced leader. His detractors say he has no academic experience and does not have a doctorate, an important criteria, most say, for a university president. But what do students have to say? Eric Halperin is on campus tonight.
Colleen, it's the night before OSU Penn State, and that's still the bigger talk of the town around here. But the idea of John Kasich being the university's next president is getting some attention for a lot of the same reasons that you just brought up. Some say he's a good fit, others say he's not. John Kasich's last office was at the State House. Sources say there's been talk of his next one possibly being along Annie and John Glenn Avenue as president of OSU.
I think he did a great job at the state, and so I think if the state's anything like this campus, I think he'll do a great job.
Is he qualified for the job?
Critics say he's not, pointing out Kasich's lack of academic experience and the fact he does not have a PhD, something all of OSU's presidents in recent memory have.
Well, that's a concern, at least. I mean, depending on how serious that is, it's very concerning. I don't think that he would, I don't believe that he is that qualified.
Some students were indifferent at the thought of the former governor leading the university, but say the fact he has not worked in academia should not be a disqualifying factor.
I feel like the more education you have, the more qualified you'd be to run a university. But I think, I think it doesn't necessarily mean that he's unqualified.
It's important to mention most of the current Board of Trustee members were appointed by Kasich. It's also worth noting, we talked to a handful of students who did not know who John Kasich is. And again, a spokesperson for Kasich would not confirm or deny the speculation, and the university would not comment. Live and local for you on campus, I'm Eric Halperin, NBC4.